Hello and good morning from a very windy Isle of Mull. I'm Steve and I'm here with Kath on day 2 of our 2-week adventure in Scotland. We're staying just outside of Fionnphort, a small village on the southwest coast of the Isle of Mull. We're off to the Isle of Iona today and we're just walking into the village to catch our ferry. Iona lies less than a mile from Fionnphort. The island is about 3 miles long and 1.5 miles wide. Despite its small size, Iona holds a big place in Scottish history. It was on Iona nearly 1500 years ago that St Columba established a monastery, and together with his monks played a pivotal role in the early spread of Christianity in Scotland. We're looking forward to discovering Iona's fascinating story, exploring its ancient sites and seeing what the island is like today. It's just a quick walk through the village to reach the ferry slipway. And right on cue, here comes the ferry, with a lovely view of Iona behind it. We bought our ferry tickets at the nearby ticket office, but you can also buy them online or on the ferry itself. The ferry is for foot passengers only. Vehicles aren't allowed unless you have a special permit. If you're arriving by car, you'll find parking by the ticket office, though do be aware that there is a charge. Alternatively, there's a free car park at the Columba Centre, just 300 metres from the slipway, signposted on the left as you enter the village. The ferry is run by Caledonia McBrain and costs £4.60 for the return trip. It takes about 10 minutes to cross from Fionnphort to Iona. As we approach the island, there's a good view of Iona Abbey over to the right. After we land, we're going to walk towards the Abbey and take in the sights along the way. Our first stop, just a short walk from the ferry slipway, is the atmospheric ruin of a 13th century Augustinian nunnery. Founded in the early 1200s, the Iona Nunnery is among the best preserved medieval convents in Britain. The convent was arranged around a central square cloister. To the north stood the nunnery church, while the refectory or dining hall lay to the south. The dormitory where the nuns slept was on the east side of the cloister, and it's believed that guest rooms once occupied the west side. This small building was a chapel, and it's known for its beautiful vaulted ceiling. Above it would have been the sacristy, where altar vessels and vestments were stored. The Iona Nunnery thrived for more than 3 centuries, but after the Reformation in 1560, the convent was dissolved and the buildings abandoned, gradually becoming ruins. Beside the nunnery is St Ronan's Chapel. It served as the island's parish church from the early 1200s until the Reformation brought about its closure as well. A short distance from the nunnery is Maclean's Cross. As medieval pilgrims made their way toward the abbey, they would stop at this spot to offer prayers. Erected around 1500, the cross was commissioned by the influential Maclean family. Just around the corner is the parish church, which was built in 1828. Next to the church is a manse, the house where the church minister would have lived. The church and manse were built to a design of the engineer Thomas Telford at a cost of £750 each. Today the manse is home to the Iona Heritage Centre. Inside there's a fascinating exhibition about the island's history and culture, from fishing and crofting to arts, crafts and notable events. There's also a gift shop and cafe, perfect for a break after soaking up all that history. A little further down the road and we're stood in front of the Columba Steadings, taking in the view over the Sound to the Isle of Mull. The Columba Steadings is home to several craft shops and studios, offering a wide range of handcrafted products for sale, from candles and knitwear to artwork and jewellery. Just along from the Columba Steadings is the St Columba Hotel, where we're going to stop for lunch. The restaurant has amazing views out over the Sound of Iona. After an enjoyable meal, it's just a short walk to reach the Abbey. Iona Abbey is one of the oldest Christian religious centres in Western Europe and has been an important place of pilgrimage since the 7th century. Its story is closely tied to St Columba. who arrived from Ireland in 563 AD and established a monastery here that became central to spreading Christianity in Scotland. Despite Viking raids in the 8th and 9th centuries, the Columban monastery endured until the late 1100s. In 1203, a Benedictine abbey was founded on the site, and construction began on a new abbey church, which was further expanded in the 15th century. After the Reformation in 1560, monastic life ended and the site fell into ruin. Restoration began in the early 20th century, led by the Iona Cathedral Trust. Restoration work was also carried out by the Iona community, an ecumenical Christian movement founded in 1938. The community continues to use the site to this day. Let's have a quick look inside the Abbey Church. Linking the church to the rest of the Abbey complex is the cloister. In addition to providing a covered walkway, the cloister was a spiritual space, used by monks in medieval times for reading, copying manuscripts in quiet meditation. Outside the abbey is a rocky knoll called Tor an Abba, or the Hill of the Abbot. It's here St. Columba is thought to have had a wooden hut where he wrote, studied and prayed. Archaeologists recently dated the burnt remains of a wooden structure on the knoll to the time Columba lived and worked at the monastery. Since the 7th century, pilgrims have journeyed to Iona to visit the tomb of St. Columba. After landing near what's now the modern jetty, they would follow a path leading to the monastery, known as the Street of the Dead. This section of the road lies just outside the abbey. Along the Street of the Dead were numerous crosses where pilgrims could stop to reflect and pray. This cross is called St. Martin's Cross. It was erected in the mid-800s and still stands in its original position close to the abbey. On the other side of the abbey complex is the Michael Chapel, which was built in the 1200s and then altered in the 1500s. It's thought that the Michael Chapel was built as a place of worship while the old abbey church was demolished and the new church built in its place. Another of the abbey's satellite chapels, St. Oran's, is to the south of the core abbey complex. It was built in the 1100s and sits within an ancient graveyard said to be the burial place of Scottish, Norwegian and Irish kings. We've been at the abbey for well over an hour now. Like the rest of the island, it really is a fascinating place. We paid £10 each to visit the abbey, and it really was money well spent. After some more exploring at the abbey, we wandered back through the village to admire the views from a beach near the slipway, before catching the ferry back to Mull. The ferry journey back to Mull was a welcome moment to reflect on everything we'd experienced. Iona is a truly special place, peaceful, rich in history and full of quiet beauty. We're so glad we made the journey. Tomorrow we're heading back to the jetty in Fionnphort for a boat trip to the island of Staffa, home to the spectacular Fingal's Cave. It's a 6-mile crossing, and with another windy day forecast, let's hope it's not too bumpy out there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.